Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. Got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Big Brad, what's up, man? How we doing?
Doing well, AB. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Making it. I'll tell you this, though. Last night, not making it. Let me show you this. All right. So thankfully, the AB3 came in because the other three, All right. Miami money line, St. Louis money line, Tennessee money line. We get that. Miami of Ohio, they won the game, but only won by 2, right? So they don't cover. Thunder, they got the job done. Warriors did not get the job done. Derek White, my boy, dude, here's the tough part. We were spot on with him getting the opportunities. He shot 8 threes last night, made one of them. So there we go. Nice 1 in 3 days. So, yeah, that's how it went. What about you, man? We have anything exciting in soccer yesterday?
It was a pretty slow day in the sport. Honestly, I kept it pretty light. I'm going to keep it a little bit lighter today, but there's a lot of cup action going on midweek. Cup action's tough. You get rotated squads. A lot of times you don't get that regularity like you do with league soccer.
Well, we got to regulate. All right. Now, Matty Ice, look, a little 13-2 running in the NBA. Let's add 3 more today. 100%. Look. Matty Ice, just take my spot for a while, bro. You're absolutely smoking it, man. I love it, man. Great job. And, yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Follow Matty Ice on this one. So good to see everybody. Matty Boy said, great night in the association for the crew last night. Tizzles plus 700. Matty Ice, Kirk coming through with some dubs all over. I'm telling you, the crew is absolutely smoking it. And from what I hear, there might be a little meetup at the Waste Management this week. Drop that in the chat if we got anything going on there. Also, Brian's video will have that after the show this morning on the tournament this week. All right, Brad, let's jump into it here. Take a look at what we had yesterday. UConn 92-60 win over Xavier. Duke 67-49. Boston College 49 points. Virginia 67-47 over Pitt. St. Louis 91-82. A lot of points scored there. St. John's gets the job done on the road against DePaul, 68-56. Miami of Ohio beats Buffalo, does not cover, but 23-0, bro. 23-0. Tennessee pulls away from Ole Miss late, wins 84-66. In the NBA, Pistons beat the Nuggets. Jazz beat the Pacers. Knicks beat the Wizards. Lakers beat the Nets. Hawks beat the Heat. Celtics take down the Mavericks 110-100. Bucks beat the Bulls 131-115. And the Thunder 128-92 win last night over the Orlando Magic, man. So that's what we had. All right, Brad, you ready to jump into it with some picks today?
Let's rock.
I am too, bro. Let's go. All right, talk to me, big dog. What do you got?
We are going to Switzerland, but specifically today, it's the Swiss Cup, the Switzerland Cup on your book in a matchup between Stade Lausanne Ushi taking on Lucerne, because that's exactly what it looks like. And we're looking for 3 total goals today. Got that at minus 125, which is on the move. You've got Stade Lausanne, which is at home. They're a second division squad playing top side Lucerne, who is a over squad, 18 of their last 21. They love to smash goals, love to concede goals. They hit totals and they smash those totals. It goes 3, 4, 5, 6. We usually tail Lucerne. They're a regular within the Brad Betts Footy Dub Club as far as betting on goals. Great open play style. In the Swiss Cup today, we're hoping for those lineups. It's kind of like that all throughout the world. You're also going to see Lucerne spelled 2 separate ways, L-U-Z-E-R-N and L-U-C-E-R-N-E. Both of them are the same team. It's just, if you know anything about Switzerland, it is half German speaking, half English, Italian, and French, I believe. But L-U-C-E-R-N-E is also the international spelling. L-U-Z-E-R-N is that German, local, and English spelling. So both of them work. Same team. Don't get confused. 3 total goals is what we're looking for. I got that at minus 125.
Nice. So we've got Stade Lausanne, ouchie, taking on Lucerne. It sounds like, yeah, go ahead. Say it again.
It's Lausanne, believe it or not. Yeah. I don't know how the A's like that can go from an O to an A, but sometimes in English we do some weird stuff.
Oh, well, they do that in medication as well. So, yeah, every medication commercial, you're like, oh, that's how they pronounce it? I was going to go with Louisiana T. Yeah. Michael said, are we on? I'm not even. Yeah. Dude, are we riding that team again? What happened to them? Did they win?
Who was that?
We were talking about this last week. It was Prince. I'm sorry. It was Prince that brought this team name up. You might not have been in the chat. This was the most impossible team name I've ever seen.
Oh, gosh. Just go look at the live line right now in Romania. One of the best ones. Siskierda, Mierda versus Megalogobla blah, blah, is insanity.
Megalodon, he's back. He grew legs, 4 of them. Dude, if sharks had legs. All right, so look, I have to put myself on a little bit of restriction today because I've been getting kicked in the teeth. Basketball. But you know what? We're going to be all right. But I do need to. Now, again, I find myself in the same conversation as a bettor. Am I going with 2 teams, no spread, but 2 to win, or am I going singular? I'm going parlay today. We got some teams that are good. Got them on the road, some spots. We go BYU money line, Clemson money line, plus 105. Knicks money line, Rockets money line, minus 105. Okay. College basketball, NBA. Now, if you want to play these singularly, look, your record lately might be better than mine. Probably, right? So if anybody has any thoughts on it, like I'm kidding, but I'm not. Like, let me know. You know what I mean? Like where you're going, if you're going spreads, if you're going money lines, especially with these back-to-backs. All right, let's talk about it here. Brad, this is what we have in college basketball today. Okay, ranked games. UCF at Houston. Houston, 14.5-point favorites. Total of 147.5. All right. UCF is not a bad team. They're on the road. I don't know if I want to eat 15 points, though. Brad, what do you think? You taking 15 at home?
No, usually I like the under with really high spreads. Just think that there's an easier chance to get there.
Yeah. I'm with. It's tough, man. Tony said, AB, baseball coming soon. Oh, thank God. Yeah, Kirk said, hey, we got you, AB. You got us every other time of year. That's why I love y'all to death. And I say, this is the best crew in the game, man. No doubt. Y'all the best, man. Michigan State, Minnesota. Michigan State, 8.5-point favorite. Coming off, lost to Michigan. Michigan, very good. So, you know, it's back to business for Michigan State, right? Tom Izzo's been here before. And when I say been here before, all right, they're 19-3. There are no issues. Like, you just played one of the best teams in the country. So Michigan State, get yourself back on track type of game, you know. Minnesota, 3-8 in the Big Ten. Hasn't started well. I would expect Michigan State get themselves on track, man. Justin, morning again. And when I say on track, I mean just, hey, we just get back to winning and hammering. That's what we do, you know. Morning crew, Brad, AB, my guy. Justin, it's a great day to have a great day. Went 4 of my plus 100 NBA player prop parlays yesterday. It's a great day to have a great day. Dude, no doubt. And let me say this. I don't care on this show if I go 0 for 100. Well, I do care about that. But, like, celebrate your wins. You know what I mean? Like, this is a tough game. So you're doing well. Put that in the chat, man. Celebrate it. Positive energy is good for everybody. So I love it. Justin, you know I love you, man. Absolutely smoking it. All right, Notre Dame and Louisville. Yeah, man. Louisville, 17.5-point favorites. Now, Notre Dame is slaw. Nothing against Notre Dame. Beautiful campus. But we're at the Yum Center. And are we trusting Louisville? Like, and I asked that, you know, just openly to everybody, right? Like, what do we feel about Louisville? They're a good basketball team, 15-6, 5-4 in the ACC, though. It's tough. Northwestern and Illinois. There we go. A little in-state. Illinois, 14.5-point favorite. Total of 150.5. Northwestern, 2-9 in the Big Ten. Illinois might lay the hammer down tonight, my boy. Now, BYU. We are on BYU money line. Whale said too many points, but not betting it. Yeah. That's the tough part with some of these games, man. BYU 6.5-point favorites on the road at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's 15-6, 3-5 in the Big 12. So this is kind of the first question or the first topic that we were getting at just a second ago. So let me put the picks back up. Sorry. Going the wrong way. Let me put the picks back up here. So BYU money line, Clemson money line, plus 105. But let's go back to it. You could play it singularly, BYU minus 6.5. And that was kind of what I was getting at, is that Oklahoma State, not a great basketball team. But here's the thing. Are you going to take BYU needing 7 on the road? And I don't ask that as like shying you away from it. BYU might absolutely smoke Oklahoma State tonight. But Liddy, Northwestern Wildcats, my new favorite college basketball team. That's funny. All right, Gonzaga in Portland tonight. Well, here you go, Bradley. Pull this full screen. You want some at Gonzaga 21.5 on the road?
Yeah, I do actually. I think they crush them.
Portland's not good. Portland 10-14 on the year, 3-8 in the conference. Gonzaga, they're an okay 22-1, 10-0 in the conference. Gonzaga's pretty good. Total of 152.5. Big number there. Yeah, I mean, what is that? 83-70?
Yeah, like 85, 65. I mean, it's like,
yeah,
how higher than that? I can't even.
Well, no, that I like the way you did that. 85, whatever, right? Like, how many points do we think Portland's going to score? Now, we played this game the other day, yesterday with Boston College. They didn't even get to 50. So,
problem is Gonzaga could put up 100-piece.
Yep.
If
they really could. Yeah, they really could. Liddy, yeah. So Liddy's daughter's boyfriends are starting catching them there. So we're all Northwestern guys. Hey, we're gonna be hyping up Northwestern baseball, boy. I love it. Clemson and Stanford. So look, man, we've got Clemson as well. Now here's the problem. Well, not a problem, but here's the question again. Do you want to take BYU and Clemson to both win, and you don't need spreads? Or you can go BYU by itself minus 6.5 and Clemson by themselves minus 3.5. And Brad, let me tell you, Clemson is legit. No joke. Like, these dudes can play. 18-4, 8-1 in the conference. Now, here's the big thing for me. Brad, me and you could drive to Clemson, South Carolina right now. Get there not too terribly long. We couldn't drive to Stanford, California that quickly. So again, now that, the ACC, well, not now, but you get what I'm saying. You have to play that in the factor. It's Wednesday. These kids are in college, and that's a 3,000-mile trip, Now, you're going to do – I'm not concerned about that, but you get what I'm saying, right? So that's why I went to money lines. But again, if anybody wants to do spread, they're not massively large numbers. BYU 6.5 is kind of pushing it a little bit, Again, BYU could win by 30, but you just don't want to get in the habit of being on the road needing, a ton of points all the time. It's not going to work out for you well, but if we get normal Clemson, They will beat the slaw out of Stanford. You know what I mean? So could be a good play there. All right. What else do we have? All right. So that's the NBA. All right. Let's get the picks and let's talk some soccer real quick, dude. What do you got, bro?
We're going to that Swiss Cup, Switzerland Cup on your book in a matchup between Stade Lausanne Ushi taking on Lucerne. We're looking for just 3 total goals today. No Asian total, just your regular over 2.5. So just 3 total goals gives us that cash minus 125.
Nice, man. All right. BYU money line, Clemson money line plus 105. It's college basketball. Then the NBA. We'll talk about this in a second. Knicks money line, Rockets money line, minus 105. But Brad, I want to throw it over to you, man. What do we have in, bro? What do we have in soccer today? What do we need to know?
Today's a difficult one. It's that in-between transition where a lot of cups are playing, and not just cups, but you have a lot in the knockout stage, entering those really specific and matches that really matter. So you don't always see that 3, 4, 5, or that 5, 6, 7 goals. You get to that both teams to score that over 2.5. Typically sits around that 2.5 to 3. But there's 2 cups specifically I wanted to highlight. One we got to pick in today. That's Swiss Cup, hitting that over 2.5 in a trending 71% over the last 58 matches. That is a really good, solid hit rate. And it's these 2 teams. You have a Division II team versus a Division I team, so there should be some parity. So hopefully Lucerne will push this total, and hopefully they play their top dogs. And you also have the Dutch Cup, which has 2 great matches today, both sitting at 3.5. That Dutch Cup over 2.5, trending at 77%. A really, really high hit rate, above 3 out of every 4 matches. So look for NEC Nijmegen and PSV Eindhoven on those 3s live when they drop early, because that's what I'm going to be doing. And that's your cup action for today.
Dude, we're getting Eindhoven again?
PSV's in.
I like them. I like them a lot.
I like them. I like the young team. Whenever both of those teams are playing, it's like Bayern Munich and a couple of these other clubs, you just auto bet no matter what.
Yep. What about Atalanta? Do we like them?
Atalanta, not anymore. We used to maybe 3, 4 years ago, and they got a little bit bigger. And really, though, Italian soccer in general, I stay away from. I just don't like it.
Dude, I like those teams. There's one that's called like Always Ready or
Yeah, so now you're talking Bolivian soccer, AB. That's my game. You had last night the strongest were taking on, it was a team from Venezuela in the Copa Libertadores. But what we know about Bolivian soccer is they play at elevation. So late in that game, a team, the strongest, came back and won because it's tiring. We're late in the game. Can you imagine playing at 4,000 meters above sea level? Totally unfair.
Sounds 4,000 meters. Dude, I love those team names, though. Yeah, there's like Always Ready, the Young Boys, or something like it was something like that. Like,
yeah,
I kept thinking the Hot Boys. I know.
Okay.
I kept thinking, I was like, dude, I'm gonna go listen to the Hot Boys today. Maddie, I said the Atlanta Falcons. I love it. All right. Now the NBA. What a transition that is. The Atlanta Hawks. All right. Here's the NBA tonight. So, Brian, AB, I like this golf play for tomorrow. Into first round, Scotty Scheffler top 5 plus 290, or Scotty Scheffler top 10 plus 146. I like both numbers. Beautiful, man. And the Waste Management, like that golf tournament gets hype. I've got some friends going out there too. Like, it's awesome. Maddie Tisler going, and then my buddy Davey Burke, all right, and Blake Leroy are headed out there literally at B&A right now, flying out. Just left Mount Juliet, Tennessee. So I'm gonna have to get y'all 4 hooked up out there, because trust me, y'all would have a blast. All right, Nuggets and the Knicks. Knicks 6.5-point favorites tonight. Nuggets on a back-to-back. We had Jokic last night. He did his thing, blasted threes, got that. Solid, right? Knicks, I mean, you're going to have a good game, man. Again, 6.5-point favorites, total of 223.5. Dude, Jokic, Brunson, solid. Any thoughts here? You going Jokic triple-double tonight?
That's a hard one. You'd want to lean the under because they're on a back-to-back, but I think this could be really competitive.
Yeah. Dude, Justin said, speaking of Waste Management, me and the lady will be there Thursday. Oh, my goodness, man. That's all. Dude, now I've got FOMO. I want to go to Arizona. All right, Timberwolves and the Raptors. Hey, we can go see Kev in Toronto. My boy. All right. Timberwolves, 2.5-point favorites on the road. On the road. Total of 226.5. I'll tell you this. I wouldn't look further than those two names right there, specifically the one at the top. Ant props tonight be solid. And we'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern, so we'll go through it. Player props and all that. Today. Yeah, sorry. Celtics and the Rockets. All right, so we're on the Rockets money line. Celtics, okay, back-to-back, look good. Nothing against them. Jaylen Brown went off last night. But I like Houston here in this spot at home, Toyota Center. Houston, 5.5-point favorite, total of 214.5. Brad, have you ever spent a lot of time in Houston?
I have not even spent a second in Houston, unfortunately.
It's dope. Houston's one of my favorite cities on the planet, man. The bars are ice houses. All right. So you can go to the ice. It feels right. Houston, great food. Shout out to Papa Dough, Papacitos, all of it. I love Papa. You can get them in a lot of places, but it's solid. All right. Applesauce brain. Rockets going with the money line here. Celtics back-to-back on the road. I think we got a good spot to take advantage. Now, again, I'm not playing spreads. Same mentality we had in college. I'm rolling with it in the NBA tonight. Ice, Jeremiah Fears, over 2.5 rebounds, -129. Hammer it. We need a sound effect for that hammer. Spelldog said, Brad, any country cup plays today? Le Coupe de France, Copa del Rey, or the Dutch Cup?
I would look at those Dutch Cup 2.5 over threes when they drop from that 3.5 early, 3.25, 3.5, both of them, because those threes are such key numbers, especially in a cup match, especially during the week. So make sure you look at those live. I tend to stay away from some of those Coupe de France matches for sure. But you have Nice, and Nice is always a performer. So maybe take a look at Nice.
All right, there we go. Kirk said, take a look at Jaylen Brown, over 11.5 rebounds and assists. Appreciate you on that one, big dog. Jared said, good morning, crew. Jared, what's up, baby? So good to see you, man. Justin, I also just found out last night I will be at the Waste Management. All right, so, yeah, I now officially have full FOMO. Everyone's going to be at the Waste Management except us, Brad. So we're just going to go over to me and you we'll just head up In and Out and just have FOMO. There's an In and Out over by you, right?
They just put one in over in the new Tanger outlet down.
Yeah. Now, you know what they just put up in Murfreesboro? You ready for this? Buc-ee's. The building is up. Now, the it's not fully like done yet. It's going to be a while, but they've got the building up. Buc-ee's in Murfreesboro is gonna be awesome, man. All right, back to the NBA. Pelicans and the Bucks. Okay, so here is what you have to watch out for tonight. The Bucks are gonna be trading Giannis, however you want to pronounce it. So let's not get him hurt. He's not playing. You know what I mean? Like, trade deadline tomorrow in the NBA. I don't know what's about to go down, but I know that he's the name. Here's the problem, though, because, look, I would love to fade the Bucks tonight. Would love it. I cannot bet on the Pelicans on the road. But look, this should go to tell you the Pelicans are 4.5-point favorites on the road. They've won 13 games. Giannis is gone. Also, a co-owner of Nashville SC. So shout out to Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I'm excited to see what team he's about to be playing on because it's not going to be the Bucks. Thunder and the Spurs. Okay. Big game tonight. Thunder 40-11 on the year. 18-6 on the road. They've got a better road record than most teams do. Total. You know what I mean? Like, this team is fire. Matty Ice said, Giannis, you're a Dodger. That would make sense. All right. Dude, this is going to be a heck of a game, man. Spurs 33-16, 17-6 at home. The books will tell you. You want respect? The Thunder are only 1.5 point favorites on the road. I mean, not that we're saying anything that anybody doesn't know. The Spurs are really good. The Thunder are also really good. This is going to be a great game. Total of 222.5. Look right there. Players to watch, SGA and Wemby. Oh, man. Kirk, over 9.5 points and over 5.5 rebounds, AB. Appreciate you, big dog. What are we feeling on Stephon Castle? Johnny Boy, Thunder 1-6 on back-to-back. Great stat right there. Great stat right there. Grizzlies and the Kings. Okay, so Brad, yesterday, Jaren Jackson, massive trade. Massive trade. The Grizzlies got back 3 first-round picks. Massive trade. Here's the thing. Ja's there. I don't know what the future of this team is going to be. What I do know, though, is that the rest of this season is just going to be up and down. Completely up and down. It's so much so that the Kings are 1.5 point favorites. The Kings, they've won 12 games total. The Grizzlies have almost won 12 games on the road. But yeah, again, this is a spot where I would love to fade the Grizzlies and I would love to fade the Bucks. But I don't know. I can't ride the Pelicans and I can't ride the Kings, you know? Unfortunately, those two teams are just playing some of the worst opponents that we could have had. We could have made money off of these teams and might still be able to, but I don't know. Cavs and the Clippers. Now, let's talk about this. Yeah, you know where we're going. The Clippers trade James Harden to the Cavs for Vanderbilt legend, I believe, Darius Garland. Is that correct? Brad, you're a Cavs man. Let me read through this, and then we need your opinion. The Clippers have traded 11-time All-Star guard James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers for guard Darius Garland and a second-round pick. Sources told ESPN Shams on Tuesday. Harden effectively had veto power over any trade because of the nature of his contract. He worked through his exit with the Clippers over the past few days, resulting in an outcome both sides were happy with. It's a win-now championship opportunity for Harden. He's playing at a high level at the age of 36, and the Clippers get a 2-time All-Star Darius Garland, who, at age 26, can help now and in the future. So Matty I says the first thing correct. Brad, you got to grow out the Harden beard now. How are we feeling about it?
I got a lot of mixed opinions on this one, honestly. I like Darius Garland as a player, but he's injury prone, can't stay healthy. I feel that I just be totally real. I feel like he's a bit immature almost. Like, I don't feel that he is the leader, right? So if you need 5 guys, Darius Garland doesn't need to be your first number 1 pick because he's not going to lead the troops. He's not going to, pull mountains. Harden can do a little more of that, but Harden's old, man. As far as age-wise, you're really sacrificing a lot. You're sacrificing an all-star in Darius Garland for an old guy who's on his way out of the league, who I think you could have got for a lot less. But, leave it to the Cavs to make a really strong move in free agency.
Spoken like a very excited Cavs fan right there. Justin said, AB, please play the Bears rant about Harden on the afternoon show. Please, done. 100% yes. And if you haven't seen it, tune in this afternoon and look it up. Why are the Clippers getting more for Harden? I get that Harden thinks James will be in Cleveland next year, but Clippers lost here. Yeah.
That's because it's Cleveland. That's why they're getting more. Remember that.
It is. This just in, Darius Garland canceled his DTL membership. Come on, Garland. Come on, DG. Dude, me and Brad were about to go over to West End and celebrate you, buddy. Matty, I said, I don't see him hanging on to Ja and not JJJ. Rip the Band-Aid off the entire thing. Wolves desperately need a point guard. I'd watch that Ja smoke. Yeah, I agree. And it's time to do it.
Ja, Giannis, I think it could be 3-4 team trade. I think they're been shopping. This first trip, I think Garland was a shopping piece, potentially. Maybe Harden was thrown into this whole mix. You know how it is. One domino starts the other. You saw JJJ. Ja's going. Giannis is going. It's just a matter of how it all gets there within the next 24 hours.
Yep. It does. Let me finish up the NBA. And that's a great point. I wouldn't cut you off. I was sorry, I got stuck on the slides. I don't know what's about to happen because who wants to trade for Ja Morant? However, I feel like now you could probably get Ja. Like if you were going to steal it, this is the time to do it.
Buy low opportunity.
Yes. Yeah, and you've got to be doing, your agent and everybody's got to be doing the work, even though it's actually tampering. But welcome to life. You got to make sure that he knows that, hey, if you don't want, not that we're giving him the power, and I'm not putting myself out there, but I would just be saying, I want to make sure that you're good coming in here, because this is probably going to be a 3-month deal. You know what I mean? And we can win some stuff, but I need you locked in. You know what I mean? And, that's been the problem. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's about to happen, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that, dude, Ja can make a huge difference. You know what I mean? And obviously Giannis, I mean, we'll see where that goes. So yeah, man. Pelicans and the Bucks. Cavs and Clippers, just talked about that. All right, Super Bowl. All right, let me get the picks up here. I want to talk about one more story real quick. Brad, what do you got here, buddy? Let me fill it up.
We're going to the Swiss Cup. It's at 12:15 p.m. Central Time in a match between Stade Lausanne. Ushi take it on Lucerne. We're looking for 3 total goals. I got that at -125.
My man. All right. I've got BYU money line, Clemson money line, parlayed together at +105. Then the Knicks money line and the Rockets money line at -105. Now, Brad, I saw this pop up. Our friends over at CBS Sports had this one, and I wanted to talk about it for a second. The Lions fan accused of using racist language in DK Metcalf altercation files $100 million defamation lawsuit. The lawsuit names Metcalf, Chad Johnson, Ford Field, the Steelers, and others as defendants. The Detroit Lions fan who had an altercation with Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf in week 16 has filed a lawsuit seeking $100 million in damages, claiming he was physically harmed and was falsely accused of making racist comments towards Metcalf. The lawsuit was filed in Wayne County Circuit Court by an attorney on behalf of Ryan Kennedy and names Metcalf, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Ford Field Management, LLC, Chad Ochocinco Johnson, Shay Media, LLC, and All Time Sports, LLC as defendants. So what do we have going on here? Well, you're going to see a lot of people on these lawsuits, okay? Now, you got DK Metcalf, you've got the Steelers, Ford Field Management, all right, which would be security. Ocho Cinco and Shay Media, that is, oh God, what's your name? Shannon Sharp. So what tells me is they got to talking about some things and they took some liberties and some assumptions, because that's where that defamation part is coming into, okay? Now, defamation, slander, those things can be tough to prove in court. However, do you know how you prove it in court? By telling the truth. And here's the difficult part for everybody. So you see the lawsuit filed, and it names Metcalf, the Steel, all these groups, because what you do when you're filing this lawsuit is you sue everyone up. Everybody. So you're going to see Metcalf, the Pittsburgh Steelers organization, Ford Field Management, and the security group, because those are usually third parties. Chad and Shay, so to say. And I don't know all-time sports that might be involved. I don't know. But you sue everybody. You sue up, you sue everybody, and eventually we'll get to the parts where we find the liabilities. Okay? So Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp in this, in the end, might not get found of anything liability, whatever. They might, who knows? What's going to happen, though, and why you sue everyone, is now you just created a huge problem for a lot of people. A lot of people. And a lot of people and groups have different interests. Okay? Shannon Sharp just went through a lawsuit. He don't need to be doing anything else. Okay? Now, what I'm getting at is this. I don't know who this fan is, but this ain't going to court. This will get settled, and this will be done. And let me tell you, the Pittsburgh Steelers going to be picking up a lot of that check.
You could even see the NFL step in.
Well, then we've got another problem. Because the NFL, all right, and I say this as, let me tell you, I say this as a former employee in the NFL, okay? You work for a team. I work for the Tennessee Titans, which is actually Houston Football Incorporated, okay? The NFL is its own entity. The NFL is an entity with 32 individual business entities around it. Right now, I'm not smart enough to break down the legal aspect of that, but you don't necessarily see the NFL per se. You see the team. So what you're going on is exactly right. Does the NFL want to get involved, or does the NFL not want to get involved? You know what I'm saying? Now, they're going to be involved in this process, but that goes to this right here. And it's going to help whoever this plaintiff is. Now, I don't know how it's going to play out. You're going to get some pretty powerful folks. However, in this situation, with the Super Bowl, mind you, that is also coming into play of why they filed that right now. Because it's the biggest meet. Like, this lawyer knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's following the playbook step by step. And they're going to win. I don't know how much money they're going to get. I don't know, what happened, what was said, whatever. But the fact that you had a player reaching up, going in, not good. And DK Metcalf is an integral part of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have a brand new head coach and a brand new, basically, organization. Everybody's going to want this to go away. The NFL included. Right? So he's going to file for $100 million. I doubt he gets anywhere near that. That said, though, going to be a millionaire. You just have to wait it out now. Done all the parts correctly. Yeah. Notice this came out this week and not last week. Agree with you, AB. Absolutely. Absolutely. This lawyer knows what he's doing. $100 million. Who do you think kidnapped Chelsea Clinton? I know. And that's the game, man, is that you sue everybody, you sue up, and you sue for a big number. Because that $100 million gets attention. We're talking about it. And I guarantee you got some big entities. Look, he's not going to get $100 million. But he knows that. You just aim high. $30 million is fine with me. You know what I mean? That's good. That's the mindset. So this person, this lawyer, they're playing it for the settlement, and smart. You don't want to go to court. The NFL's like, oh, we'll just drag this out for 20 years. You got money for that? But no. They'll want all this to go away, and they'll hit them with, they probably already have. Hey, you just tell us the number that this goes away. And I guarantee you that Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp are like, oh, God, please settle this. Yeah, no doubt. So keep an eye on that. Fascinating. All right, let's hit the picks one more time. Brad, what you got, man?
The Swiss Cup, Switzerland Cup at 12:15 p.m. Central Time today. Stade Lausanne Ushi taking on Lucerne, over 2.5 goals, -125.
Nice, man. BYU money line, Clemson money line, +105. Knicks money line, Rockets money line, -105. Pat, live bet, tennis, Abu Dhabi, Alexandra Ila, +240. I got a few parlays on it. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that big time. Michael said the Uno reverse card. Yes, Austin, get ready for undisclosed amount, 100%. It's going to be an undisclosed amount and non-disclosure agreement signed right after that, and nobody can talk about it again. Never happened. And no judgment. See what I'm saying? Like, this person's getting paid.
No fault. Yeah, yep. No fault was admitted.
Yes, absolutely, because then you don't want to get insurance involved.
Yeah, no wrongdoing at all.
Justin Bradbury's fan on the afternoon show. We got to share. Yes, that's absolutely happening. Yes, it's great. Kurt, wait to see if Castle lines move before betting today. B, yes, and great point. We'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern for exactly this reason, hitting our NBA props. I'm going. Hawk, Sharp has had a rough year with life choices. No doubt. No doubt. Hey, and I'll say this. These people that are not, and look, I don't want this to sound like, oh, you're not media trained. No, there's a reason why you learn slander, defamation are very real things. You have to be careful with what you say about people, man. And again, I'm not putting blame on anybody. I don't even know what was said, but yeah, be careful, man. People see it. People play for this. So anyways, all right, Brad, any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Just keep it simple today. Again, it's cup action, right? Cup action brings anything crazy lineups. This weekend is when you want to attack a little bit more. So just have fun with your betting in the midweek as best as you can. Try to keep it fun as I said, as best you can, even though it's not fun per se, it's serious. Just try your best because it's just a tough time during the week.
We're going to make it fun. That's what we're going to do. Jinxie said, I'm just going to yell that Penix Jr. is trash. I'll be fine with 10 million. Oh, my goodness, man. Dude, I know. It's going to be an undisclosed amount, but that person's about to be a very rich person. And here's the other thing, too. The NFL suspended him, like, for his actions, like all of that. Like, the precedent was set that he did, commit an infraction of some that was worthy of that kind of suspension. And that's why the NFL is going to be like, Steelers, you're cutting that check. All right. Michael said, who remembers Malice in the Palace? I remember where I was when that went down. I remember exactly where I was thinking, oh, they fight. I love watching the regular people. All right. Like just all of us that be in the stands and the people that weren't doing anything. Right. And you had like the guy that was, caused the problems with the players. He squares up and immediately is not going to win that fight. Then everybody else was like, I'm watching this. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Justin, NFL not eating crow in this one. Nope. Steelers going to pay for this. And let me just say, somebody's going to have a talk with DK. Say, that's a little expensive.
We like you, but I don't know how much we like you, so we can't keep doing this.
Luckily, they got a new head coach coming in who really needs to win. All right, and Mike McCarthy. And he needs DK. So DK's going to be all right, but yeah, not going to be a little eggshells. Good thing that the season's over. Not in the building. We don't see anybody. I'll deal with the phone call. Yeah. All right. We'll get out of here. Everybody, we'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central. Finish up college basketball in the NBA. Until then, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. It's going to be a great day, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody.